This looks very professional. Do you?
Is it?
Such a bad introduction.
No, I was confused. Okay. Anyway, I'll not embarrass myself even more.
Thank you. Yes, you can already tell who the smarter spouse is.
All right, we are good to go.
Okay. I can already, Bhavin. I'm interested to see where this podcast goes.
Hi,
Hi,
hi.
Bhavin.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. I don't even
Really good,
remember
really good.
last time we
Last time we
talked
went.
was in BTech, maybe some point of
Yeah,
time.
I remember that we at least met briefly on our farewell days or somewhere,
Yeah,
either on our annual day or
yeah.
maybe yeah, I don't.
But I think you were a host, right? Were you a host?
That was in second year. Come on.
Oh, okay, that was even before. Yeah. So
Even before.
yeah, all these conversations we are having, it's basically catching up with friends. She's catching up with her friends in different places, and I'm catching up with my friends, and
And we're
we
also
are making friends with each other.
Yeah, that's nice actually. Yeah.
yeah.
So I was telling her he's my undergrad friend,
I know
and
nothing else
yeah,
except that he's in a different branch of engineering. I think
Mm.
electrical.
EIE.
Yeah,
Okay.
from instrumentation stuff.
Yeah, EIE is
Okay.
EIE complicated. Okay, it's a little bit of everything.
What
Yeah,
does
it's
it
just a little bit of it. True.
What does
Yeah.
it stand for, Bhavin, like fully? Because I'm not from.
Electronics and electronics and instrumentation engineering.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that made sense to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electronics is different than electrical engineering. So, yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes. You can already tell who the smarter spouse is.
Where are you? Where are we
Yeah.
talking from?
So right now I'm in Hanover, Germany.
Okay,
Okay, let's
Okay.
say Hanover. It's the
okay,
English pronunciation.
okay,
So yeah, it's come somewhere in the central or the north central part of Germany.
okay. How far is
Yeah.
it from the famous names that I or she knows, like the
Berlin,
Berlin.
Frankfurt.
Berlin, yeah, Munich?
Berlin is in the east. I'm in the west.
Okay, quite far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hamburg. You guys know Hamburg? Hamburg.
Right. She
So
has
it's
more.
close to Hamburg. Okay.
Okay.
1 hour south from Hamburg. So that's it.
Okay.
That's a map I can give you.
So recently he went to Finland. So he had a
Yeah.
little, I think, work related stuff, or was it like just for a trip?
It was my Christmas pre-New Year trip.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So I almost go every year, I think. Yeah, before New Year.
Oh, that's nice. Tradition.
Uh, nice tradition. Like since 2018, I've been first time in Germany. Then I went to Hamburg, where I celebrated New Year. Before
Okay.
that, during Christmas holidays, I went to Eisenach. I could say that it's like 1,000 years old. That's the oldest castle I saw in like in my
Okay.
life. It was constructed in like 1001. So
Okay.
that is
Oh,
so old. So
Mm-hmm.
and then in 2019 Belgium,
Mm-hmm.
2020 nothing, for obvious
Okay.
reasons.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
nice that you're going to
yeah,
new places during New Year's, instead of, going to a fireworks place in your hometown,
Yeah.
or just going to a, local bar and having fun with friends. That is not bad, but these life experiences are, even
Yeah. Fellow
yeah.
yeah.
adventure.
Hello.
And
Are these like
Yeah.
solo adventures or friends? Do you go with
Uh,
friends?
at least I have someone I knew, not only a guy who is like a old friend, but
Mhm.
at least a colleague with. I've been to Finland, Stockholm, that is Sweden, this December with my
Okay.
colleague, I can say,
Okay.
slash friend. So
Because we were talking about Finland to begin with, let's look at those insane photos. We were trying to see if there's, yeah, the
yeah.
aurora lights in Canada, but it would be quite an adventure, so we didn't do it yet. But yeah, tell us how this was.
So I could say the trip was pretty basic. It was like a student trip, the Sasta trip we could go, but the experience was really, really good.
Yeah.
Uh, so I learned a lot in this trip. So I could start where we went to the place that is Kemi, which is almost 100 kilometers south of Arctic Circle.
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
Uh, then there we were staying in a hotel and we were asked to, people who have been booked your tickets come up, and then but we knew, looking at the KP value, there's a index with which this solar values are calculated. So
Right.
we knew we were tracking on our apps on our mobiles and just looking. So today is the a good good amount of visibility, good
Right.
amount of probability was too high. So
Right.
we took the opportunity. We didn't book the trip. We just hop onto the bus and said we will pay now so that we want this to see.
Yeah.
And then we went. It was minus 22. Feels like was
Wow.
around minus 26, I guess, and it
Yeah.
was pretty cold. My what do you call, the costume or the jackets were not enough.
Yeah.
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 None
I
of
can.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
difficult to survive with the same outfit that you have. It's difficult to
Yes.
survive here in
Yes.
Canada itself. So I can
Yeah.
hardly
That's true.
imagine how it is close to the Arctic Circle and everything. So when is
Yeah.
like the best time to see the Northern Lights? Like,
If you don't want to meet the harsh weather, you just want to go, then I think early November
okay.
and mid-March, I guess.
Mm.
This is a minimum. And we were really happy to see this small glimpse of Northern Lights, not like what you have seen on YouTube and all stuff. Then we
Right.
hopped onto the bus. It's around 11:30 in the night. We were
Mhm.
like frozen. Our toes were frozen. Our jackets, everything from face, this part was frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And because around like 4 hours we were in that forest waiting for
Mhm.
the lights to come, trying to
Oh,
heat ourselves with that campfire and all stuff. But
Mm.
people who are with caravans as well, they just drive
Mm.
around. That's really hunting. That's called northern lights chase or northern hunt.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, by the time we hopped onto the bus, we were just going back to our rooms, and then someone says like, "Look at the sky," and it start dancing. We ran down. We forget everything. The shoes, nothing. We just got down. Then we
Oh my
saw the
God.
best northern lights.
Way you
Yeah,
described it,
I
dancing.
literally have
Yeah, you
goosebumps.
said
yeah,
dancing. I'm like, oh my God, what? Because recently we went on a little trip to like the outskirts of this area, and when we were heading back in the night, she caught a glimpse of the sky, and we were like, "There's so many stars,
We
unusual
could
amount of
see
stars."
every single star in the
Yeah,
sky.
and
yeah.
we got scared for a moment because we were like, which part of the world are we in? Because we're not used to seeing that many stars in the place you live in, right? The city and
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, the cities.
If
Yeah,
the stars were like that here for us,
That's what, yeah.
imagine looking at the color of the sky like
I
this.
just imagine the moment when he said we all ran outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you forget the cold, you forget the
yeah,
snow.
nothing. It's
That
it
just
was
gives.
amazing. I
Yeah.
still get goosebumps as well. It was about 15 minutes. We were so lucky to see, and it was best experience. I would revisit again. Maybe with my loved ones, and
Mm.
I want to experience the same with them as well. Yeah,
How is the journey to this place? Like,
go by road. It's a huge bus. Half of
mm,
them, not half. Come on, 70% were Indians. So, and
right.
then we uh, just go from Copenhagen, Stockholm, Sweden, and then you take a cruise to Helsinki. From
Okay.
Helsinki, you drive up north to Oulu is the one of place, and then Kemi, and then we went to the Arctic Circle,
Okay.
So
and
that's the
yeah,
whole, how many days did this take you?
7 days up
Oh
and
my
down.
God. Wow.
Oh, wow.
You can go
Okay.
much north. If you can, that my next goal is to go to Tromso. It's in
Okay.
Norway. It's way above Arctic Circle, and you have high chances to see.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
More
That's
dark, yeah, more the dark places you find, more the longer nights you find, then better chances of seeing.
Yeah.
if you're coming from like Hyderabad or Houston, Texas to such a temperatures, like it's gonna be like shocking experience for
Yeah.
that person, right? So
Zeal, that Zidd
Yeah.
to go there and wait for them.
basically
Yeah.
the fire inside you that will keep you warm, that will keep you warm.
Because the weather won't.
Yeah, the weather, the clothes won't do that for you. Go back to the origin. I know Finland is like far away from where you are and what you do. So
Mhm.
let's go back to the timeline of. So you completed your master's degree now, and now you're
Yeah.
working full time.
Yeah.
How's the timeline like? When did you come to Germany?
2018, just after our BTech, university or semester starts in October. It's called
Right.
winter semester. And
Okay.
yeah, 2018, 2020, I completed my thesis unofficially, but officially, like because of pandemic,
Yeah.
Corona, me coming to India, second wave in India, family getting sick, and then 2021, by the end of 2021, June, I completed my
Yeah.
master's officially. And then, yeah, 2021, September, I got my job. So I remember, wait, Sankalp, I remember around the same time you got a job,
So I got it in last year. No, last
2021, September
21 Feb. Yeah.
1st.
I
Feb?
put the picture, snow picture on LinkedIn.
No, you said that to mom, today is a good day, something Ekadasi or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, that is okay. That is a PTSD job because that I had got it during
Okay.
COVID and I got laid off, and that happened yeah before that. Okay, so you got your job around that time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was really like, hey, nice. This thing.
So around the same
Even
time.
I thought, yeah, yeah, same time. Yeah, somewhere.
So this is funny that how you mentioned about it. Like okay, I'll just not say that right now. But even though it happened on a auspicious day, it didn't work out because I had another, opportunity in my job that I'm working here for about 2 years in the next month, right? So that's another conversation. Those people who
Yeah.
believe in auspicious stuff and everything. But anyway,
Yeah,
okay.
it
So
worked for me, so
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know.
Uh,
It's good. Yeah, I hope,
yeah.
it goes on the right way for you. But no, I was just thinking, like, last few years, I think people had like 100 times more experiences than they did about like 20 until they were like age 23 and 22, right? Because of COVID. And
It's just that feeling that I think everyone sort of felt
yeah,
collectively all
yeah,
over the
Yeah.
world that we have limited time
yeah.
and
Time.
we should, yeah,
We
do
should
the
do like a
best.
lot more things. It's like that quote of, what if you realize that tomorrow is the last day you're
Exactly.
living?
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
COVID
yeah, yeah.
రేపు జాబ్
True.
ఉండదు or your life is going to be different tomorrow ante like recession or whatever we are doing everything we have to
Everything. Yeah, yeah. True.
it's quite an adventure. So where did you do your masters from?
I did it in Jena.
Okay.
It's close to Berlin, I could say. My university was in East Germany,
Okay.
central, like politically,
Right.
and then I have to move for my internship and thesis in Bavaria. That's in proper US cultured Germany.
Okay. Mm.
There I met a few people there.
Let's go to that picture where you said some people who changed your life a little bit.
I was my course had the 6 months of thesis and 6 months, sorry, 6 months of internship and 6 months of thesis. So
Okay.
I stayed in this town called Schwabach, a small town,
Okay.
where I had my academics going on for a year. I had to stay here at their place. I was accommodated here, and
Oh.
yes, and for the whole 2020, I was with them, and the whole
Mm.
world around me and them was us.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God. Yeah.
This must
yeah,
have been life changing. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
life
I've
completely, completely. Yeah.
heard a lot of stories from them.
Oh, so
Yeah.
many. Right before the war, after the war,
Oh,
like
wow.
World War II, they
Right.
call it war. So yeah, it was really a great experience. Their love story, like, that's amazing.
Oh, wow. Feel like these are important because I agree with the fact that when you live with people who are elder than you or who had or seniors or who had life experiences more than you did, it's nice
Yeah,
to be in that circle and around them, even if they're not telling you anything directly, watching them do things and how they go about in their
you just
day-to-day
learn
lives.
so much just
Yeah,
by watching.
just
Yeah.
so much learning process.
we could talk about a lot of stuff. Wine, gardening. Oh my God, football. It was great.
I think it's very brave for anyone to sort of open up their home
Yeah,
and give you a
Mm,
space to, share with them.
right.
true,
Yeah.
true.
That
They used
takes a
to
lot.
do that. Yeah, they used to do that since 1994, I guess.
Oh, wow.
People coming from different. They have clients from US. They have clients from India. They, they
Mm,
just come up. So yeah. Now they're retired. They don't do anything. They're in late 70s and early 80s. So
right, right.
they just chill.
So this is during your online classes
The
time or
thesis, I think.
thesis? Okay.
Yeah. So
Did you commute to
I
college?
no, we don't
Oh,
have classes during that time. I
right.
think most of my friends or you guys don't understand how thesis works, but
Yeah.
I can flex about that. So
Yeah.
thesis is like a 6 months project that you do a research completely on your own.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
sometimes your boss also doesn't know what is going on, but you need to
Mm.
give them outputs. So it's a proper thesis, 6 months time for them to understand. You need to understand, give write a book about 60 to 80 pages of your
Mm.
Wow.
yeah, and give and
Everything
defend your
online
thesis.
you have-
Be related to like Germany or, something about the country, or can it just be anywhere over the world? implement his work in like any part of the world, like how it's done in any country, or does it have to be specific to how it works in the German system?
My university was only typical to the German companies, Germany,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Deutsche Firma. So I was working there in a top typical German company. So
What did you do your master's in? Similar EIE related or
yeah, scientific instrumentation.
okay. Mm.
So my MS in scientific instrumentation.
So including your thesis, that was about 2 years or two and a half, 3 years.
20, yeah, less than 3 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
How's
more than
the
2 years, of course.
how's the timeline? Like I wanted this like conversations we are having with international students experiences and stuff. Like how is the timeline of you said your degree was so and so amount. What happens
Mhm.
after that? Like how do you get your work permit? How long do you have to find a job? How long can you stay unemployed? And then what
Mhm.
happens to your permanent status? Like that
Okay.
timeline. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start with the academics thing. So
Yeah.
most of the German universities, if you're very talented, I think you will complete in 24 months.
Okay.
If not, but for sure it would take around 3 years on paper, like 2018 to 2021. So
Right.
it definitely takes around more than 30 months for sure. Definitely, you can't avoid that. That is about
Even for
5 semesters.
even for
Sorry.
non-thesis. Even for non-thesis?
Most of the universities have thesis. There is no point non-thesis thing.
Okay.
It depends on how many subjects you are writing. I think few universities have only 3 semesters,
Right.
which is 90 credits. So
Okay.
they have 1 semester for thesis and 2 semester for exams. Coming
Okay.
to my university and my course, we had 2 semesters for academic exams and then 1 semester for internship and one
Okay.
semester for thesis. Yeah, the difficult part is finding your internship, finding your thesis.
Yeah.
You need to be talented enough, or you should be presenting you good enough to get a placement in as an intern or a thesis student.
Right.
That's the difficult part.
Right.
And I know people who are still struggling even now, who
Mm-hmm.
have came along with me.
Okay.
So yeah, after that, once you're done with your um, German degree and master degree, then you have a chance to work here. If you're
Okay.
working here, then if your annual income is more than 46,000, you come into a class where we call it blue card holders.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, or else you're just an employee, working professional. If your income is less than 45 per annum, 45K per annum.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Uh, of course, it's an average, depends upon the federal states. And after that, after blue card, then after around 4 months, sorry, 32 months, if you don't have a B1 German language,
Okay.
the B1 is like the third level of German, I could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get a PR, or else if you have a B1 degree, then it is I think 21 months. You can opt your PR. Then after PR, then it's directly in citizenship.
So after graduation, you said you get a student a work permit, right? You get a work permit or
Yeah, if you
how?
You
okay, yeah. If you don't have a job, then you have 18 months time to find a job searching visa, which is
Okay.
to
right.
find a job.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a question about the language. So, did you
Mhm.
do your entire program in English? And were
Yeah.
there any language requirements for you to apply in the first place, like A1, A2 at least, or
Um, Most of the universities ask A1 at least.
Okay.
A2 is good.
Okay. So,
B1,
and you
B2 is
don't
super.
have to do a language, like it's not part of your curriculum, right? They don't teach you the language.
They teach us. They teach us.
Okay.
So you have to
Uh,
do it side by side, like as one of your
yeah.
sub courses.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
mandatory. I think.
Yeah. It's mandatory. But technical stuff, all this academic stuff will be in English. It's just a part of your curriculum to learn
Mhm.
Deutsch, German.
I think knowing German also it somehow helps you understand the German English accent in a way, maybe, right? Like
Mm,
the
true.
professors might not have like a proper English accent. Like it
Yeah.
must be a little bit of that accent that mixes up. So
Yeah.
you said you had to take this A1 level of exam. You had to qualify
Mm.
or finish that to pursue
Mm.
an education master's program in Germany, right?
Yeah. If in India we went, me, my friends,
Yeah.
We were going to German classes in Hyderabad as well, in Ramakrishna Matham. We
Okay.
did
Okay.
until A2,
Okay.
and then I left actually, but some of them still continued. So yeah.
That's.
That's
Is
nice.
it difficult? How difficult or complicated is it to learn the language?
The rules are difficult.
Okay. Mm,
Pronunciation is also difficult, but once you knew, then it's fine.
okay.
I think
I don't.
the spelling also changes a lot for English words and their contemporary German words.
Yeah, of
So
course.
one of my friends is German, and I still remember we went to med school together, and we were taking down notes. We were studying together or something, and she writes down neurology, but it ends with GIE, and I write
Oh,
neurology with a GY, and she was
JY.
like,
Yeah.
"Don't think I don't know the spelling in English. This is just how we write it in German."
Yeah. For I think for people who are doing their masters in medicals, they need to learn Latin in Deutschland. I mean Germany.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm,
So
that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay,
Learning
so we
skills,
talked about sort of like a first phase of first segment of it was your, how your journey started. Let's we have to talk about Oktoberfest,
Oktoberfest.
which is like insane. Is it like this picture looks very crowded? Like
it's very crowded, yes. So
yeah,
it's maybe 0.1%. I don't know of
wow.
what
My,
the crowd is. So it's very touristic, to be frank, very very touristic, but worth the experience.
mm,
Like how people say Oktoberfest. Yes, it is the craziest part. You can try for once, but it's not a place that you go every year. So yeah, just for the touristic experience. But it was amazing. You have random people shouting, random people drinking. So I was the one shouting Jai Balaya. Breweries. So you have tents everywhere. The whole it's like
right.
to for Hyderabad is like Nampally exhibition, but
Yeah.
with lot of tents placed. This was basically started uh, maybe around 400 or 500 years ago
Okay.
as a festival after a wedding, and then that continued.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Did you know?
No.
No, I didn't even know that.
yeah,
That's how it originated.
yeah. This is in Belgium. This is Parliament House or the President's House of
Okay.
Belgium
Okay.
in Brussels. Uh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I went with my very close friends. Now she's my girlfriend, and the other guy is my very very close friend.
That
So yeah, we went to Bruges, this Brooks you can call.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm a very Bollywood guy or a very filmy guy. So
Mm,
I've been there where because the first thing was to go for peak. If you guys watched Peak PK, this is the reason I've went. So
ah,
if you're a beer fan, Belgium beer is best than German beer. Ranking number one, it's the best beer you can have. So and French fries are not French; they are Belgium.
mm.
oh, that's a fun.
And
I never knew that. Okay.
yeah, I'll
I
tell
thought
the story. So
American,
I can tell you the story.
just American.
Yeah, no. So the same thing was after during the World War, the Americans were in France, sorry, in Belgium, north of, and there were the people who were eating fries in
Yeah.
those shape,
Right.
in that horizontal shape, vertical shape. Yeah. So they were having those, and they were speaking French because Belgian also
Yes.
speak French, and
But
yeah,
yeah. So what is your favorite dish? We'll just try to maybe look
Yeah.
up a
Look up. Yeah.
favorite
uh,
German something yeah, from anywhere in Europe. Actually, it doesn't even have to be like
uh, right now, I started liking Afghani or Irani food,
Okay.
okay
Mm,
and Turkish food is really, really famous and pretty common in Germany.
in Germany, right? Yeah.
And that's also good, like doner. We call it doner. It's like other part, something like shawarma, but not shawarma.
Yeah.
okay.
Like
Mm,
doner
Uh,
kebabs, you get like
doner
yeah.
kebab, yes.
Yeah.
mm.
And then
Haven't had lunch
favorite.
yet, so it's like
Are you getting hungry?
not helpful. That's good that you don't have food photos right now.
Yeah. In Finland, I had a reindeer. I think I can say this.
Oh,
And
wow.
so
Are
it
you,
was.
are you allowed to say this
I
publicly?
don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's legal there even here. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God. How was that?
it was good. It was very salty, but fine.
I haven't tried other animals. I'm devoted to chicken. So
I have a nickname. I keep calling him like curry boy because he's just obsessed with Indian curries
Correct,
and
correct.
chicken curry and bid like Hyderabadi chicken
do
biryani
you
and
have a lot of
Yeah.
Indian relatives there?
No, pretty one or two. I mean, we have, but the good ones are one or two.
that's why
Okay.
he keeps going back to the Indian food question because that's where his
Ah,
lies.
yeah. I can also suggest to Vietnamese food. I don't know if you guys can get it in Canada, but Vietnamese food is also good. You can try pho zo, I think,
Yeah.
pronunciation. So
Mm,
it's
yeah.
a soup with chicken. So you
Pho.
can try
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, okay.
yeah.
PHO
I've tried it.
space.
I've tried it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Sankalp is still on his journey to
I'm not
expand his palate.
not happy about
So,
uncooked food, and the idea of we have to cook our own food kind of places is not very appetizing to me.
oh yeah, I've been trying to get him to go to a hot pot place. Okay, so if you do you know what hot pot is like the
No.
Chinese way of so you get
Ah.
meat and then you soup and then put it into the soup and cook it and
Hmm.
have it.
Oh,
So
okay, okay. Yeah.
so like this for example.
Yeah, like I'm paying for my food, so you better cook the food and give it to me. I don't want to burn my food and cook
No, but
everything.
that's an experience. Like
Yeah.
most of the time I feel like so people would think, oh, we're just paying for the dish. But the
Yeah.
truth is you're paying for the culinary experience, which you
Yeah,
cannot
of course.
replicate
So
at
they
home.
should pay us for the food that we
Oh,
are
okay.
cooking.
No. Yeah.
What do we have here? I say you like to obviously a bike is necessary, I think, when you live in places like this to go around and
Yeah.
explore.
I used to drive a lot, but now due to weather, I think
Okay.
I prefer trams and public
Okay. So
transportation.
public transportation is good. You like
The
it?
best. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You don't have
Mm.
any problem. So even for far distances, like maybe from here to Frankfurt,
Okay.
Mhm.
uh, it's pretty difficult to get a driving license. I don't have a car driving license here.
For such
Very
places,
easy.
I'd rather just go by the water than the road, right? Why do you want to drive? Just go through these canals and bikes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like to stay close to waters. Right now, also a small canal, a man-made canal is just beside my place. 4 hours from our place to Amsterdam.
Oh, this is beautiful. Again, like listeners, if you're listening, so please go ahead and we'll put in his profile and you can look at all these incredible
Then I should make my
photos.
profile public then.
Oh yes,
Oh yeah.
this is so nice. Like you look,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, these photos deserve to see.
yeah, the light of the day.
Yeah.
So many places you visited. Which is your? I think it's difficult to say favorite, like top 2 or 3 places that you would definitely call or shout out.
Number one, now that I've been, of course, for Northern Lights, but apart
Mm.
from that, a places I would revisit is the West Austria.
Okay,
That's really good. It's called Tivoli,
okay, mm-hmm.
and then Budapest is also pretty good for a short trip.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Vienna
Hungry.
and Budapest, Hungary.
okay.
I have,
Mm.
yeah, it's really good as well. Mm, where else? Alps, definitely. If you're good with hiking and skiing,
Oh, wow. Mm.
yeah, Alps are beautiful,
Look
both
straight
in
out of
Switzerland and Austria.
I think one of the peaks we went to was Mount Titlis. I don't know if you've, also Jungfrau also, but then
Mm,
Jungfrau and Mount Titlis. And I remember being right at the top, and it's so sunny that it almost blinds you because it reflects off of the snow, right?
Mm.
It's
yeah.
just white everywhere, and the sun is, reflecting off of
Yes.
that.
Yes.
It's
This
nice
is-
to have a bike and go
These
around
remind
these places,
all
right?
of these photos remind me of his, photos in Houston. He takes similar photos when
Nothing
it's just
compared to what the views are here, but
yeah, I mean, I just meant the cycle part of
yeah, the
it.
cycle part, yeah, not
The
the
bike is similar because he just,
like I always say it like this is what we're looking at, the Instagram side of it, right? How was your journey otherwise? Like, like it sounds like it was it was okay to manage. It's obviously life outside of your home country and your comfort zone is difficult. But how was the overall experience of where you are today? Doing your
Yeah.
pursuing that
Yeah,
program and completing your degree, doing that part-time job, finding a full-time job, surviving COVID, and and then eventually being here today, in a good place, hopefully,
yeah,
visiting everywhere that you want to. How's the reality of it?
yeah. See, I could. ఎవరికి ఉండవు కష్టాలు everyone who go abroad for your masters or for living, you definitely have in your initial days, I think maybe
Yeah,
even now,
yeah.
but you have to surpass them, and everyone have their own problems and how you look at it,
Mm.
uh, personally or academic or
Mm.
financially.
That's so
um,
true. What
yeah,
is a problem for you can be a nice challenge for another person, right?
so
It's not a
exactly,
problem.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
so
Or
that
even a
is a
privilege for
yeah,
some. Like,
yeah, yeah,
Yes, fair, but you need to find good company, you need to find good friends.
right.
uh, I was with a good, I had good friends there. One, my, now that she's a girlfriend, now my girlfriend, now we used to stay close by, and
Yeah,
um, we wait for each other every time
yeah.
during our academics,
Mm.
and uh, and that
Yeah,
that
that's
helped a lot.
it's
Yeah,
important, right? Like, okay, you find people, good people and good circle that will help you, and then you find that one person, who you do think a lot of things with, and the third part is with your own self, right? You just take your bike and then go explore on your own. Take your phone and
yeah,
put some music on and just be with your own self. That is also like very important to enjoy, and
and
then
not get
yeah,
lonely, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
not
yeah. Not get lonely was pretty important. In 2020, that was the thing hit me.
mm.
Oh, but somehow, came out of it. It was good
What was like the
exploring.
most difficult part of your journey? Like, like was it like the people
Mm.
interaction, like the learning the culture and
Language or
language and interacting, or the academics part of it? Because BTech Nichi Masters is completely different curriculum
Yeah.
and everything, right? Like what was difficult as you went?
Um, for me personally, was searching for a job.
Okay.
Um,
Mm.
and
Mm.
COVID helped me. COVID helped me a lot. I worked hard, and I asked, see, please, I'm good in internship. Please give me a thesis. And I
Mm.
continued in the same company, but
Okay.
unfortunately, they didn't have a position for me to hire me as a full time.
Right.
And then, yeah, I had to go back. Personally, that was the thing where in 2021, I had to go home, hate COVID and all this stuff.
Right.
In Germany, problem, I didn't face anything. I felt everything was a challenge.
Okay.
Um, Learning German or getting acquainted with the culture.
Mm.
I was okay comparatively, and
What are your
yeah,
goals for this year? Like, how much
this
do
year
you think you have to accomplish for this year? What are you looking forward to?
a simple goals. Get your driving license, get your German
Yeah,
thing.
even that's
Uh,
her to get her driving
yeah,
license. Hopefully the next time we all
yeah,
talk sooner,
we
but
both have our
yeah, both
licenses.
of you have license in the next
yeah,
episode.
yeah. All the best, both of us. Yeah,
Yeah, but explore a lot of exploring in 2020.
exploring. True.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's already forming his like next travel list and he
Oh,
hasn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a bunch of places to go. I've never explored south of Europe, Italy, Spain, France.
Hmm.
I always wanted to go France with my parents to Paris,
Hmm.
so I'm waiting for them to come here.
Wow, that was nice. We talked about a lot of experiences.
And I love the way you
Yeah,
said that, nothing was a problem and you saw
Yeah.
each one as a challenge. Like, I just
Yeah.
love that spirit.
thank
I
you.
am someone who believes that as well. And sort of, Sankalp also, we share that spirit
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's something that brought us together. So it's nice to see, another person like us who doesn't like to label anything as a problem or
Mhm.
complain about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we,
Mm.
yeah, which we really, really admire.
No, it's okay. Like complain, you can complain like for that moment, like, oh my
Yeah,
God, I have
yeah,
to
no,
do
I mean,
this.
that's human,
And
but
then
yeah.
go ahead and just do it, right? That's what
Yeah,
you have to do to move forward. But yeah, the idea of the conversation was for anyone listening to be for them to be of help, all if they want to take a path like you did, or your career or the country you're in and the experiences you have experienced, just to help out someone. But also, I guess for us and for also the people we are talking to, for them to reflect for a moment, of all the things that you have done in the past 5 years. And hopefully, if you didn't get a chance to take a moment, to realize, oh, I did all of this and I went through all of that.
And
And
celebrate
yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. True.
He does that. He
You've
goes to
done that.
places and he celebrates his.
That's
Yeah.
these are the things that we see, right?
Yeah.
Like you taking photos or you going to a place, but you can just in the same seat that you're sitting
Yeah.
now, you can still celebrate yourself for a second just
True.
by that's the
Completely.
part we
You can
don't
just have a yeah. You can just have a wine and a glass. That's it. Then
yeah.
that's it.
Or a beer at Oktoberfest.
Ah, yeah. But
Even we
yeah,
were hoping to, be in Europe, some part of Europe, some point of time soon in the year. So probably we'll meet you, or you
I
can help.
really hope so.
Yeah, you can help
yeah.
us make a travel plan wherever we want to.
Sure. Definitely. Definitely. I'll be a part if it is okay.
Oh yeah,
And
Of course,
absolutely.
I would love that.
yeah.
Yeah.
One last question, like any advice that you want to give to, your younger self, or, some life lesson that you learned, or any quote that, that stuck to your mind and your heart and soul about, how you moved on with things in life that you learned in Germany, or, anything as such, or in any other country there.
Yeah. Take opportunities. You catch that opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Uh, go with it, and when you find mold your situation according to it.
Yeah.
If it is
Yeah.
going in a good path,
Yeah.
don't look back and don't regret
Absolutely.
what you have done. It's a good, bad, it is an experience, and you just have to leave that baggage, but take that experience with you and
That's so true.
move ahead. Yeah.
This is what Mauni always says, like, whenever there's an opportunity knocking, don't be scared, because I get scared and worried because I never did that. I never did such a task, or, I never took up such a responsibility previously, right? This is the first time I'll be doing it. I get intimidated and scared about the opportunity. But when you take it, when you're done with it 1 year from now, when you look back, and then you see that, oh my God, why was I scared about it, right? Like, it was an opportunity that went good. If it didn't go good, like you said, it's a learning experience,
It's
and then you
yes.
move to something else, right? So
Yeah,
that
no
is
regrets in life.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very
I love
important
that
to.
to just always move
Yeah,
forward,
yeah,
but
Mhm.
importantly, don't carry the baggage, carry
yeah,
the lesson.
Baggage.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
And
I would just want to tell you guys, your reels and your social media is really good. I really
it's
get envy. Yeah. So it's nice to see you guys
hope to see
digitally
some
on
reels.
rectangles.
We hope
Yeah.
to see some reels from you soon. Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks, Bhavin. Thank you
It
so
was
much.
lovely
It
talking to
was
you.
lovely talking. Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. But
One of our like, episodes, I'm going to
Yeah,
say that.
absolutely. A beautiful experience to talk about it and to look at few of the pictures that you went through. Thanks for sharing your
thank you.
personal, experiences, and
Thank you so
hopefully,
much.
hopefully at least one person, it makes the difference and helps out, someone listening to this conversation. It doesn't help
Yeah.
maybe, but at least they enjoy this, story that we got to
Yeah.
share. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Thanks.
always open to people, and you
Yeah.
guys are pretty good. I know Sankalp back then, but it was nice talking to you like this as well.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is the point, right? Like, to talk with your friends who you never got a chance to have a long conversations with. So mission accomplished.